Hey there, everyone. It's Denise Salcedo. Welcome back to the Up Next Fighting YouTube channel. Hanging out with me right now is Chase Gibson. Chase, you are heading into a fight on UNF7, making your Up Next Fighting debut. First and foremost, talk to us about how you're feeling making your debut at Up Next Fighting.
I feel great. I feel like it's a homecoming for me. Everybody on the production side, on the MMA show side, the promoters, the matchmakers. These are all people that I've worked with for a long time, and it's exciting to be a part of the show.
Nice. What was your initial reaction when you first started to see the first couple of shows for Up Next that they were putting on?
I mean, I was very excited, especially for the younger fighters to have a professional show that's doing shows often and giving you a platform to be busy, and not just for the younger fighters, but for the more experienced fighters like myself, and for Taco, Gulo, and some of these other guys who have an avenue to fight top level of competition and move on to the next.
That's really awesome, and you nailed it right there, because it is giving people, a platform, giving fighters a platform to really, showcase the skill while also being surrounded by all the high level production that comes with Up Next Fighting. So I do want to touch on your fight. Talk to us about your opponent and what your preparation has looked like heading into it.
I mean, my opponent is Walel Watson. He's a UFC vet. He's got a lot of pro fights, a lot of experience. All respect to him. He's going to be somebody, I have to be prepared for. And, it's all good. Look at my last 4 or 5 fights. I've fought nothing but high-level competition in, other shows, and I'm ready for it. It's nothing new.
Talk to us about your background. How did you get involved in MMA, and what are some of your specialties?
I got involved with MMA because of my twin brother, rest in peace, who was the example that I needed at that time of my life when I was addicted to drugs and I was in and out of jail. He was sober, he was training, and he inspired me to do this thing.
You mentioned, kind of being inspired by your twin brother and being in clearly a different space of your life than you are now. Talk to us about those challenges of, basically getting out of that world and changing your mentality to go into this sport that requires you to really have a good head on your shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, everything I have in my life is by the grace of God, and it's a gift from God. Everything I have, the discipline, the focus, everything I have in my life is from God. That's it.
I love that. No, that's really great. It's nice to hear that. So for you, what would it mean to you to get this victory at Up Next Fighting?
It would be a blessing. It would be a step forward in my dream, and I'm excited.
Awesome. And I do want the viewers to get to know you a little bit. We know some of your MMA background now. We know all about that. But, outside of MMA, when you're not training, when you're not fighting, what is it that you're into? You have any interests, any hobbies, anything you're a big fan of?
I mean, not really. Not really. I mean, I have a wife and 2 beautiful daughters, and my goal is to be a better husband and a better father, and to grow closer to God. And that's, besides training, that's my only focus, right? That's the only thing that matters.
How do your daughters feel about watching you fight? What's their reactions?
They haven't even seen me fight yet.
Really?
Yeah, my daughter's 5. My older daughter Sophia is 5, and my younger Isla is 2. And we were thinking about possibly bringing her to this fight for the first time, but I don't want to. I want to be careful, and I don't want to introduce it to her too young.
Oh, man, you got to really think about that one and see when you're actually going to be like, okay, this is what daddy does.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's a lot. That's a lot to think about. Well, I want to thank you so much for chatting with me here today, and I cannot wait to see you at Up Next Fighting. We'll catch you guys on the next vid.